In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Jaden Ivey and why I think he is very similar to Ja Morant and why he is such a great player overall and some of the things that you can take from his game to become better yourself. Let's get down and let's check out Jaden Ivey. Okay, so really quick, Jaden Ivey is a very good player who has very similar movesets as, of course, Ja Morant when attacking the rim. So what we do see here is this defender here was initially traveling towards Jaden Ivey's right side. Jaden Ivey notices this and also notices he has a big man with him in the middle. So what Jaden Ivey does is a quick jab cross, and basically you can do this as well. All you need to do is to jab this way, and we can see this right here, and then also cross over towards your left. Now with that crossover, he takes one more dribble towards the rim. He takes a huge a huge step, and of course he goes right, left, kicks that left foot down. You really want to be on your toes on that left foot, and he goes up for the massive dunk. A strategy that you can use on your defender is, of course, going opposite as to what the screener is doing. So of course, if you're setting a screen on this right side and your teammate doesn't use that screen, you need to pop out for a three because your man is going to be the one who's helping out there. However, here, Jaden Ivey is so fast, and that help defender did not help out. We do see Jaden Ivey going straight to the rim and skying up for a dunk. But on the Jaden Ivey side, you can do this yourself. Go the opposite side of a dunk, because then your teammate is, of course, assuming that you're going to be using that screen. He's going to start overplaying that side, and of course, when that happens, you can attack the opposite side and just absolutely demolish the rim. This is actually a very good play. This is Jaden Ivey coming up from the corner, setting or using a staggered screen, the second screen being a dribble handoff. He gets that ball and then he attacks the rim. One hard dribble. You really want to do a hard dribble there. You don't want it to be a soft one. A hard one's going to be able to help you get it up into your set point. He then goes right, left, up into his shot. This player hit his arm. We've seen that right there. And because of that, we see Jaden Ivey go and of course flop, and this referee called that. It was a good call, but the flop was unnecessary. But either way, he was able to make that shot, mainly because he was able to go up strong. 2 feet, 2 hands. He was able to go right, left on this. He didn't have to hop into it or anything like that. He went straight right, left, and of course finishes with that shot. This is, of course, another option that you can have as a player. So if you set a brush screen, you can then attack that rim, do a quick snatch back, step back, and of course jack up the very deep 3-point shot. This is really not that hard of a move. All you need to do is to take a very long step and then dribble crossover back, hop off the left foot. You are still having your dribble live until you catch it with 2 hands, or get your left hand in this case underneath the ball. He then pushes off the right foot, which then allows him to go left-right into his shot, and he's able to finish it here. This is another fantastic Ja Morant move where he does, again, that jab cross. With that move, he's able to then have both of these players out of position because they thought he was going to continue towards that left side. He was able to go gather 1-2 straight up for that layup. Fantastic move. That jab cross is getting very famous. Ja Morant and now Jaden Ivey are both using that move a lot. Something else, if you are a player like, of course, Jaden Ivey, and you receive that ball out on the perimeter and you have a defender who is closing out on you fast, you can take a quick jab. Here he just did a quick small little upper body fake there, had that player go off towards the left side, then he was able to attack that rim and of course finish a very circus shot layup that he was able to make. This is another great play that Purdue ran, but Jaden Ivey was able to really use this to his advantage. So of course, player goes baseline, Jaden Ivey goes across the double screen up top, or at least what could have been a double screen, but it wasn't. It was only a single screen up top. And then of course, this player pops out to receive that pass. Jaden Ivey is able to curl around. Now, what Jaden Ivey does here is very pro-like, which is, of course, creating separation. He comes around this screen, and then he stops and slows down slightly, gets two hands, or at least a little bit of a forearm, on that defender. That defender now, because Jaden Ivey slowed down, is now overplaying him. So now Jaden Ivey is able to get that arm up, push off with that right arm, and then, of course, he's able to create that space so that he can get that basket. Now, this last move that I'm going to show you is something that Jaden Ivey does a lot, but so many players have the opportunity to do so, but they just don't, and that is the Euro step and using the backboard and knowing where to hit that backboard at. So, first off, how do you do this? Well, first off, you take your dribble right. That's when you gather that ball. You want to gather on that right foot. Remember, this is not a step. You have planted that step, which means that you just gathered it. That is your gather step. People call it a gather step. It's really just a gather foot. That's not a step. You take your one step around, and of course, you can then finish. Now, he's here, he gathers that ball. He could have actually taken one more step than he actually did. He didn't have to, however, and he was able to get that ball up high off the glass. You have to know, hey, that's roughly the line I need to hit between the corner of the backboard and the corner of that square. If I can somehow hit that very softly, I can, of course, make that basket. Now, to do moves like that, having that ball just touch and kiss the glass, what you need to do is to really practice using the glass. Literally just stand around the basket and just mess around. Like, throw up the ball, put a little bit of spin on it, see what happens, and then try to works. And then, of course, do that in game, obviously, when you're sheltering the ball, getting away from the defender. Believe me, practice the backboard. Use that backboard. It's such a great tool to use. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player and understand Jaden Ivey's game a bit more. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.